The further matter which requires to be considered in this case is the issue of totality. In a case such as this, I cannot simply take a figure for one offence and multiply it by a factor of 29. A proper balance must be struck between the acknowledgement of your multiple and very serious offending and the imposition of a just and proportionate sentence. I take all of the Section 18 offences as the lead offences, and all sentences will run concurrently. The total sentence will reflect your offending in respect of all associated offences on the indictment. In the circumstances, the total sentence which I impose upon you is one of 21 years and 6 months imprisonment. It would have been 24 years after trial. This will comprise sentences of 21 years and 6 months on each of the 12 Section 18 grievous bodily harm and wounding offences, sentences of 16 years on each of the attempted Section 18 offences, and sentences of 20 months on each of the offences of affray and dangerous driving. As I have said, each of those sentences will run concurrently, making a total sentence of 21 years and 6 months. You will serve 2/3 of that sentence in custody before you are released on licence. If you fail to abide by the conditions of your licence, you can be returned to serve some or all of the remainder of that sentence. For the offence of dangerous driving, you will also be disqualified from holding or obtaining a licence to drive, and you will be disqualified until you have passed an extended retest. Many people will think that you should never be allowed to drive again, but I must also consider your prospects for rehabilitation. I intend to impose a disqualification from driving that will operate for a further 3 years after your eventual release. The total period of the disqualification from today's date that comprises a combination of extension and uplift to reflect the term in custody you will serve. To spell this out, the period of discretionary disqualification is 3 years, plus 10 months extension representing half of the custodial term for the offence of dangerous driving, plus 13 years and 6 months uplift to reflect the sentences imposed on the other offences. Because the disqualification cannot be backdated to the date you went into custody, I consider it right to reduce the discretionary period by 6 months to take account of the approximate time you have already spent in custody. The total disqualification from today's date will therefore be 16 years and 10 months. This is not intended to be a mathematical calculation, but it should ensure that upon your release you will be subject to disqualification for a period of around 3 years. Mr. Doyle, you may now go with the officers.